Well, with classes back in session for colleges across the Twin Cities, it's an exciting time for young adults to enjoy newfound independence on campus, but it can also be a risky time for student health with new social pressures to drink. So joining us now is Dr. Alta DeRoo, the Chief Medical Officer from the Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation, which is a Minnesota-based treatment and advocacy organization. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you know, some students come in already with some type of drinking habit. Others may not have drank at all in their life. I mean, that can be tricky to navigate in college, but either way, there are health risks.
Yeah.
So can you talk about the health risks of binge drinking?
Yeah, absolutely. So binge drinking is defined as 4 drinks in a 2-hour period for women and 5 drinks in a 2-hour period for men, going all the way up to the blood alcohol content of 0.08, which would be the legal limit. Binge drinking is also something that's done to create a euphoria, or they drink for effect. When I think about kids that are going to school, you know, late high school or early college, they're going there to learn. But drinking alcohol destroys these brain cells. We talk about it, making it seem like it's funny, but these synapses and these communications between your part of your brain is really damaged by alcohol. Alcohol is essentially a poison, and so there's still developing parts of the brain that are affected by alcohol. So it kind of makes learning difficult. We say that the brain doesn't form completely until the age of 25. Well, a large part of that is the frontal cortex that's involved with decision making and executive functioning. And so that's one of the major parts that's effective. So they're going there to learn, but the alcohol is preventing them from doing that when they engage in binge drinking. Yeah,
it can be very damaging and it could set you back. I mean, with parents, I know a lot of parents watch and some kiddos are going to college. I mean, what are some of the warning signs for parents to look out for?
Yeah, so, you know, a departure from the normal behavior that you would expect from your child, personality changes, secrecy about what they're doing, that can be confusing because, like you said, it's newfound independence, and so they may not want to disclose anything. But when you start asking these questions and they're evasive about some of these issues, that's when you can suspect either alcohol or drug use, or, like I said, change in personality or change in grades. If they were a good student in high school and now going to college, it's different.
Those are some good signs to look out for, just to check in with your kids.
Exactly.
So before I let you go, I know the foundation is a resource, but what are some resources for students and parents?
Yeah, so it primarily starts with family. So talking to your child or your young adult about alcohol use. There are a lot of evidence-based studies that show that just texting your child and saying, you know, talking about their alcohol use that night before they go into the weekend, reminding them about it, that's incredibly effective. It starts with the family, it starts with the parent. There are also resources, though, on campus if you feel like you're drinking too much. There's an Alcoholics Anonymous, talking to friends. There's even medication that you can use. Naltrexone is a pill that you can take that decreases your alcohol cravings. So those would be medical resources, support resources. And if you can't stop on your own, we're always here to help. We have Plymouth, which is our young adult and family location, and also Center City here in Minnesota, which are both residential, where we would love to help you with your young adult.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Great tips, and also telling us how we can get help if we need it. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health or addiction, definitely make sure to visit hazeldenbettyford.org for more information. Until then, we'll be right back.